How this project works. First, this is the institution that's where I belong, where I work. This institution will be working for microfinance projects. And the other one, this is the Card Mutual Benefits Association, which is works for the microinsurance services. The trainings covered by Card MRI Development Institute, and for the business is the Business Development Foundations. For the crop insurance assistance covered by Card Pioneer Microinsurance and the government agencies partnership, which is supporting the technical assistance program. Okay. So Philippines is covered by 3 biggest islands. It's from Luzon, which is Manila was located. Visayas, its capital is the Cebu, it's the biggest city. And the Mindanao, which is the main capital, is the Davao City, which my wife came from. But actually, I live here in Mindoro, in part of Luzon. My project was located here, the Lake Cebu. So what's Lake Cebu? Came from the background of it. So Lake Cebu has a total of 67,000 population, with 37.80%, almost 38% living here is the indigenous people. So if we converted, maybe it's about 28 to 29,000, which is living by. And this is the poorest town in the region, covered by region 12 here. With 63% poverty rate, so it's huge. So the Philippine poverty rate was 27%, but here it's 63.5%. So the economy was covered by and saturated by agriculture and aquaculture economy. So as you can see in the pictures, so it's like a mountainous and hills. Then at the lower side, it's a lake. The projects. Microfinance program means, if you say microfinance, it means micro lending. But here, we just integrate for microfinance to different products. It's about savings, microinsurance, financial assistance, and non-financial services. The participants was the Tibuli and Tiroray tribes. What's their condition? Usually they engage in natural farming activities like slash and burn. This is one of the samples. And they probably economically poor, owning a land but without a title. The large size of the family was average of 5 and up. And they in the community, no banking system and facilities. The process, how do we define the problem in this community? The process was we get the target community, do some profiling, summary assessment, observation of the community. Then we do some problem analysis. What's the cause and the effect? Then conduct a focus group discussions through key informant interview. Then conduct a surveys, and then so on and so on. The problem. So first, lack of agricultural knowledge and technique. So what's that mean? So it means they do planting some products, but they using the natural knowledge without any technologies. They living without insurance, health, but they can live, they can live like a happy family, happy so on and go on. But if you can see in the economic status, it is not acceptable, right? Lack of credit, they do planting. Sometimes they used to, The cause, they have a low income, no collateral at all, less educated, lack of government support, agencies for that. The effect was, because of this, because of the cause, some, especially this one, if one of the family members got sick, they used to pawn the land. They used to provide the plan for the land, but if someone's sick, they need to pawn it to other person who have a capital or money, so that the person that used to get sick is bringing into the hospital. So that's the huge problem in this community. Overpricing of inputs. So sometimes what happens is they want to plant some products, agriculture products in this land, but they don't have money, they don't have any capital. So what they need to do is to go to the agricultural store and borrow some inputs and able to plant. And then what happened is the price of the inputs goes increase. That's more bigger than the interest that, then after the harvest. So they need to, replace this in a big amount. But if if the gross amount that you give into this capitalist and deduct all the expenses you need, the net that brings back in the family was like peso, an amount of dollar, just like that. So it goes cycle and cycle and cycle. Okay. So the terms that we used to be is we commit to increase the agricultural knowledge and technique, to increase the savings, and able to provide some future capital for further investment, to provide securities and protections, to have an availability of long-term agricultural productions, and have an access towards sustainable productions. Okay. The next thing, after 3 years, we are hoping that we comply this one. So they can generate sufficient agricultural productions, increase the undertakes, not just they not just living in agricultural production, but they need also to to convert some knowledge that they need to provide. Not like this, but you need to add more. Example, like a variety store, your husband is doing the farming, but the wife is doing some variety store and selling some some stuffs. And after 5 years, we have committed that at least we continue and we should increase the income of this population and this community, and of course their children used to go to school, have a family's health and protections. Okay, the output and the result was we pilot test 30 members, and they already undergone credit with education, crop assistance. We enrolled it. We enrolled in the non-life and life insurance. Insured individuals, why 153? Because when the client enrolled in this insurance, it's already covered also the family, the whole family, including the spouse and the children. Okay. The savers, we got 30 clients for savers and avail the microinsurance of 30 also. Okay. So this is the result, the amount that they produce. You already have 47,000 savings with this first 150,000 peso, and their loan outstanding as far as last May is 123,000, and the repayment is still 100%. And one member got claimed because the child got accident and passed away, so they received amount of 5,000 pesos. Okay, if we convert it, so maybe if you convert into dollar, it's like a salary of one person here in the U.S. or but in the Philippines, that's a huge amount. Right? Okay. The activities that we used to do is, of course, we continue to do some, financing. Always conduct a focus group discussion to teach them how to save, all of the matters that we need to do to improve their living standard. Okay, and also to continue to. This is me. Okay, right. So this is the project evaluations and the project monitoring. So we used to go to the field and to see how this this financial service goes work, if they use it properly or not, or Okay. Okay, the learnings what we need to do is, as you can see in the picture, so maybe in the future time, because the soil was in good, in good condition, but the problem here is the water. So what we learn here is, we need to convert this land into some agricultural crops that they can raise some plants here also. Like we can use the integrated approach, like that. So, and the second thing is short harvest farming is, we can see that it's not totally sustainable. Why? Example, in rice, you can plant and you need to have more expenses here. Then after that, those harvest and just you take some income as not so big. And this is a cycle, right? So what would I emphasize here is if this land, we used to plant some other thing or plants that, example, root crop, like coconuts, palm. So in the long run, coconut has no expenses, right? At the same time, at the middle of the land, they can use and plant it through, corn, like nuts, like that. So they have a, long-term income, like that. And also the commitment of the agencies. Okay, the action plan. So May 2015, they are 30, but we are planning to establish another unit in this area for indigenous people. And we commit that this 30 will become 1,100 by 2017. Okay, that's it. Okay.